What's up, YouTube family? And on today's episode of Keeping It Real Politics, we're going to talk about Republican hypocrisy in the wake of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death. If you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with it, but just as a recap for those that may not be aware, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg recently passed away. She was a female Supreme Court justice who recently passed away September 18th, 2020. And she was appointed to the court by Bill Clinton in the mid-90s, and she recently passed away after some recent health complications. Now, immediately post her, following her death, Mitch McConnell, who was the Senate Majority Leader for the Republicans, put out a statement saying that a vote will be put to the floor to allow President Donald Trump to elect a new justice to fill that vacancy. Now, where the hypocrisy lies in Mitch McConnell's statement immediately following the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg is it was a very similar situation to in 2016 in February of that year, Justice Antonin Scalia passed away. Now, Justice Antonin Scalia was a conservative judge, and when Barack Obama was president, Mitch McConnell, who was still Senate Majority Leader at the time, said that he did not want to allow Barack Obama to appoint a successor to Antonin Scalia and wanted to allow the voters to decide. Now, again, in 2016, in February, it was 9 months until the election, and Mitch McConnell stalled for time to allow the people, allegedly, to be able to decide. The next president should be able to decide who the next Supreme Court justice should be. Now, again, Ruth Bader Ginsburg recently passed away in September, and the election is in November. So we're talking 2 months away, and now all of a sudden he thinks it's okay to allow Donald Trump to appoint her successor and not let the American people decide based upon whoever's the president, if it's Joe Biden or whether it's Donald Trump. So it's amazing the hypocrisy in saying that if a Democrat is the president and a conservative justice dies, to allow a possible moderate or left-leaning judge to the Supreme Court, we've got to allow the voters to decide and let the next president decide the next Supreme Court justice. Now, right-wing orthodoxy tries to make the argument that says that, well, because Barack Obama was a lame duck president, that's why Mitch McConnell made that decision. But they can play all the mental gymnastics and all the linguistics, jujitsu they want to do. But at the end of the day, it comes across as blatant hypocrisy in that they are trying to stack the court with as many conservative justices as they can, and they want to allow Donald Trump to be able to appoint somebody within the next couple of months, because there is a strong possibility that Donald Trump could lose. He could win, he could lose, who knows? But at the end of the day, and I've done other videos on this before, that the Democrat and Republican paradigm is broken. Both parties are absolutely horrific, and they both engage in hypocrisy at an astronomical level. To allow a death of a Supreme Court justice to be used as a political football 2 months prior to an election is unacceptable in a functioning republic or democracy, however you want to consider us. It is a joke to the rule of law and how we are allowing our system to operate. Now, the presidency is either 4 or 8 years, depending on if the person gets reelected or not. However, Supreme Court justices are appointed for life. So it is conceivable and highly likely that if somebody were to be nominated by President Trump within the next couple of months before the election, he'd elect somebody that's maybe 40 or 50 years old. So conceivably, you've got somebody that can, we're thinking if President Trump were to nominate them, they'd be somebody on the conservative side. So you're thinking about the next 40 or 50 years of somebody engaging in judging cases from a conservative perspective. So people look at just the presidency as just the presidency, and that's all you're voting for. No, elections have consequences. And when you vote for the president, you're also voting for somebody who does have the power to nominate Supreme Court justices, which allows for different cases to be brought to the Supreme Court that have true ramifications over people's lives. And whether we're talking about civil rights cases, whether we're talking about, you know, it's not just racial civil rights cases. We're talking about LGBTQ. We're talking about environmental cases. A lot of things that impact our everyday lives are based on who's on the Supreme Court. And in a perfect world, a Supreme Court justice or judges in general are nonpartisan. But be that as it may, as our system is currently, we have conservative judges, liberal judges, we have moderate judges. In a perfect world, they'd all be moderate. But as it stands, we have 9 Supreme Court justices, and the Republicans currently are trying to skew it conservative. And if Donald Trump is able to appoint or nominate a new candidate, a new nominee before the election this November, you can almost guarantee that they're going to be a conservative. And so it really does make this election very important. So if the Democrats actually, grow a backbone and actually try to stall and are able to negotiate with Republicans to have a couple of people pull over to their side to basically filibuster Donald Trump's ability to nominate a candidate, then that will allow the people to truly decide who the next president will be. Now, if enough people say Donald Trump deserves to be president, and then he wins another 4 years, then he has every right to nominate who the next Supreme Court justice is. But on the flip side, if Joe Biden were to win, and then he deserves the opportunity to nominate the next nominee for Supreme Court, in which case it would be poetic justice then if Merrick Garland was the next Supreme Court justice, because he was the one who was supposed to be on the Supreme Court back in 2016 when Barack Obama was president. But the Republicans decided to put that to bed and not allow him the opportunity to be on the Supreme Court. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of Keeping It Real Politics. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that the Republicans are right in trying to push through a nominee just right before the election? Or do you think they're playing politics and the voters deserve the right to determine who the next president is, and therefore the next Supreme Court nominee? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, keep it real.